Welcome, everyone, to a NABC offseason chat. I'm Andy Katz, pleased to be joined by new UMass head coach Frank Martin. Frank, you've had a great career to this point. Various spots around the country, from the East to the South to the Midwest, back in the Northeast, at one point at Northeastern. Why is UMass the right fit for you?
It's the state where my college career got started at. I say it all the time. My college coaching career was born at Northeastern in Massachusetts, and I recruit the area, always have the Northeast pocket. My starting center is South Carolina, from Brockton, Mass, and I don't know if I'm ready for winter again, but I don't have a choice now. I signed up for it. I got to deal with it. And then the last part. My daughter's born in Massachusetts. My wife was an Atlantic 10 champion, record holder in track here at UMass. So it's brought a lot of joy to my family.
Yeah, that doesn't always happen, where a head coach in men's basketball, the spouse, is more well known at the new school than the head coach.
Andy, I'm glad you said that, because for the last 16 years or whatever it's been. Anytime we were the kids, we go somewhere, people walk up to us and they're like, Frank, is this your family? And the first time we were at dinner here in UMass as a family, we're at a restaurant, and the person came over to the table and said, "Are you Anya?" And she smiled, and I was like, good. She gave up her career. She had a career. She gave it up to help me chase mine. So it was awesome for our kids to realize, mom's pretty good.
All right. So this job has changed dramatically since Cal was there. They got a statue, went to the Final Four. A lot of quality coaches have come through since then that have had success in other spots. The A10 has changed. The A10 now is adding Loyola Chicago. It's expanding. What do you need to do to make sure that UMass is near the top of the A10?
Well, we got to recruit the right players. That everything starts with recruiting. You got to recruit guys that want to be here and guys that fit me and that I fit them. I think we're off to a pretty good start in doing that right now. And then we got to play a competitive schedule. Andy, I've said it. I don't care where I've been at. Everything's about your league. And you have to prepare your team to win league games. I was fortunate in my time in South Carolina. We had the third best, over the last 8 years I was there, third best SEC record, because we played hard games anywhere, anytime in non-league games. So then our guys were prepared for conference play. And we got to do the same thing here. We can't be chasing wins. We got to be chasing toughness. We got to be chasing progress and preparing our team for the Atlantic 10 games, because when you're playing Bob McKillop, Anthony Grant, VCU, Mike Rhodes, and you keep going, Travis Ford, you're playing some elite coaches and some elite programs, and that's just to pick on some
Mark
of the
Schmidt, St. Bonaventure,
Mark Schmidt, Dumpf back on the saddle at LaSalle,
Archie Miller back.
Archie Miller.
We could go down the list.
It's the league has some coaches that are unbelievably successful, and so being a part of it, we got to up what we do here to be able to compete with those guys.
So how much different was putting together this roster in this new era of the transfer portal and NIL, something that obviously wasn't around when you were taking over at K-State or taking over at South Carolina? So when you had to come into those jobs and put together a roster, how much more challenging was it putting together this roster?
The hardest part with the whole, I'm not anti-change. I thought we should have adjusted our rules a long time ago. And I've been advocating for that since Jacob Pullen played for me at K-State. Because I never understood why he brought so much attention to K-State, yet they couldn't sell T-shirts with his face on them. I never comprehended that. I thought that was really ignorant to think along those lines, and not, I shouldn't say ignorant, not forward thinking. I thought that was a stale way of thinking. And but Now, instead of changing gradually, we've gone from here to there in a snap of a finger. So we're all trying to adjust to it. It is complicated because it's not only NIL, but it's immediate eligibility. So the unfortunate thing that's happening is people are trying to connect school with money, and it shouldn't be like that. Money should come after you do your job, not before you do your job. And I told players all the time, I signed a contract before they showed up on campus. So I'm being paid for the job I've already done. That's what my contract represents. If I do more, I get another contract. Well, as players, I'm all for them making money, but it should be about what you do at the place you're at. It should be part of recruiting. That's where I get confused on this whole moment right now. But it is what it is. We all have to deal with what's in front of us and adjust. And the good thing is being in the A10. I've been able to recruit some transfers that I had recruited in South Carolina, so I already had established relationships with them. So they've been leaving their schools, so they're looking for joy, they're looking for success, and we've been able to bring some of those guys in. Obviously, a couple South Carolina guys signed up to come with us. So even though I don't like immediate eligibility for everybody, I think there should be immediate eligibility under certain circumstances. But then again, I'm not going to sit here and complain. The rule's the rule, and we have to live by it and adjust by it. And the question is, we can put a team together to be more competitive sooner, but how do we build a program so we're not just a one-year wonder? How do we keep our players here so they don't, because usually players 9, 10, 11, 12, they stick around and they eventually become your players 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, right now, the way the formula works, 9, 10, 11, 12 become players 1, 2, 3, 4 somewhere else. And so, how do we get there one day? And I don't know. That's the future holds those answers. We just got to work and figure it out.
All right, last thing, Frank. It's been crazy couple of years for everybody, but especially for you. You had to deal with COVID twice. That roller coaster, obviously. How have you changed as a coach now entering this new job at UMass?
Well, physically, as you can see, I've got this beautiful new look that's unbelievable. No, it's COVID actually triggered alopecia, and I lost all my hair. I've got like 5 strands of hair right here. My daughter just kind of freaks out because she's like, get rid of those things, but it is what it is. And then personally and professionally, where I think the last couple of years have made me realize to take a deep breath. And these kids are getting way too much pressure for their day-to-day performance and from outside world. And so I can't, I used to be big, like, not pressure people to play well, pressure people to do their job better, prepare better, grow, take on responsibility. But these kids are all getting hit in so many negative ways from family, friends, social media, people they don't know about. Like, it's an emotional roller coaster based on whether they score 26 or they score 6. It's not about winning and losing. See, winning and losing drags me into it. Individual performance, that drags their circle into it. And when they're 18, 19, man, they're going through that roller coaster ride. They start getting beat up by people, then it's hard for me to pile on too. So I've had to kind of back off a little bit